Everybody good? All right, so I don't think these are going to be shocking. Fight of the night, Sandoval, Lee, and performance of the night went to Valenzuela and Hirsch. They won the bonuses.
Dana, we'll just start off with the main card. I mean, 3 amazing fights back to back to back. Curious your thoughts on the card, and why do you think Zuffa Boxing have been able to put on these evenly contested, amazing fights?
Matchmaking. It's all about matchmaking and having the best fight the best. I saw something popped up on my feed the other day. I don't know who this guy is. Some dude with gray hair and a beard, and was saying shit about, you know, we're matchmaking everybody wrong, and you can't matchmake the fights this way, and all this shit. Everything is about matchmaking. When you look at, you know, the White House card, everybody was talking shit about that, matchmaking. The last 2 fights we've had that were fight nights, yeah.
Do you feel like that's something people are kind of missing the long-term vision for, right? Like, okay, so you'll put young guys against each other, one will lose, but then they can find another guy and you build them back up against people have already seen.
Yeah, it's the first time there's ever been a long-term vision for the sport.
Well, speaking of that, I heard, and tell me if it's true, is there a peace summit meant to be happening next week with you, Turkey, and Eddie Hearn?
I haven't heard that.
Eddie Hearn said yesterday Turkey has invited him over for a peace summit to try and fix whatever issues you guys have.
Okay. I don't know what our issues would be. I'm good.
Would you, if Turkey asked you to get into a meeting with Eddie, would you do it?
If he asked me to what?
If he asked you to go into a meeting with Eddie and sort of talk...
Yeah, I'd listen. If Eddie was here, I'd talk to Eddie. I don't have any problems. I mean, I told you guys a couple times now, you know, when all these, you know, not just on the boxing side, but on the MMA side, like, I know it's fun to ask all, we are not the same. We are not the same. Any of these guys. The competitors that I look at as competition right now, the NFL, the NBA, Major League Baseball, and the NHL. None of these other guys matter to me. None of them, on either side. On the MMA side or the boxing side.
So you're not scared about Scott Coker's new promotion?
No. It's, yeah. I'm not even going into that kind of shit anymore, man. We are not the same.
Last one from me. Alexander Usyk just vacated all of his belts, says he's going to have one final fight. Could that be with Zuffa Boxing?
Anything is possible.
Could it be against Deontay Wilder?
Anything is possible.
I think Dana right here. Too.
Yep.
I think part of the peace summit or whatever that Eddie and Turkey are talking about is maybe resolving the AJ Tyson Fury fight, where there's some confusion about who's promoting it and where it's going to take place. Do you have
that would make sense.
Do you have any more info on that? Are you still the promoter?
I have all the info.
Will you be promoting the fight?
See what Turkey says in the peace summit.
Do you think that there would be an issue if it's in Las Vegas as opposed in England, where I think a lot of boxing fans might want it to be?
Well, like I told you guys back in Bournemouth, I know where it is. And never did I say it was in Las Vegas.
And then last one for me, it seems like Herb Dean was embroiled in some more controversy this past Saturday night, not calling fouls in the Shara Bullet fight. Alex Pereira shared a petition to have Herb Dean fired. Do you feel watching when Herb Dean's officiating that maybe he's lost a step a little bit?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. But that's not up to me, that's up to the commission.
Did you see Alex's petition that he shared?
No, but I heard about it. There is no MMA in my algorithm. Unless she tells me, I don't know.
That's it for me, thanks.
David, do you think a fight like Sandoval and Lee's today kind of shows your guys' mission statement, right? Brandon Lee before this was one of those, you know, highly touted prospects, and then tonight he matched up against a guy who was already, you know, battle tested, if you'd say, like Kane Sandoval was.
What's the question?
Do you think the match today between Lee and Sandoval was kind of like a mission statement for what you guys are meant to do, right? Where you match the best against the best. Brandon Lee was a highly touted prospect in boxing, and today he went against another battle tested.
Yeah, I think that, you know, when you do the right matchmaking, 99% of the time it should work out right. It's not always, it's not always guaranteed that it's going to be what it was tonight. But Michael Moore grabbed me when I was walking out and said, "That's fight of the year," But yeah, I think the entire business is about matchmaking in any combat sport.
What were your thoughts on Rayo Valenzuela's knockout of Edwin De Los Santos?
What am I?
Rayo's knockout of Edwin De Los Santos.
What's your question?
Your thoughts on that finish, crazy finish?
Yeah, it was a great knockout.
And after that, is there an update on Shakur Stevenson? Right, Rayo wants to fight with him, and it seems like there's been talks here and there with Shakur.
I think anything is possible.
Dana, Michelle Joy Phelps, nice to finally meet you. I feel like we're always talking about you over on the boxing space, so it's nice to finally get to speak to
Thank
you
you,
in
you too.
person. They asked kind of several of the questions I wanted to ask, but I definitely want to get your reaction to the cease and desist letter that Golden Boy Promotions says that they've sent you in regards to having communication about the Ryan Garcia and Conor Benn fight.
I don't know anything about it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you've never received a cease and desist letter?
Oh, I'm sure we probably did if we said we did, but I don't know anything. I don't give a shit about that kind of stuff. I had somebody trying to stop the White House fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't care about that kind of stuff.
Why do you think that there's so much animosity? I mean, I could see where, we could use a few examples, but I mean, like overall, there seems to be so much pushback having you come into the boxing space. Like they were just talking about, there's supposed to be some peace summit, and Eddie Hearn said yesterday that he kind of feels like it's a waste of time because even if you guys all got into a room, sat and talked with one another, it would basically be like same old business the moment you guys left the room. Would you say that's the case, or?
What's that mean, same old business?
So basically, like, it would do nothing. You guys would all shake hands, probably play nice, and then just get on to business.
Probably true. Makes sense. Yeah, I don't, it's like, I don't hate Eddie Hearn, and until I got into it, me and Eddie were cool.
Yeah.
And I like Frank Warren, and I met his son a few years ago. We were talking to him about some stuff. I don't have any problem with any of these guys, but we're going to compete. And 4 months ago, everybody was so excited to compete, and nobody's excited anymore. I don't understand why nobody's excited anymore.
I feel like
I'm
you're
still
the only
excited.
one- I feel like you're the one, that's what I was going to say, I feel like you're the one who kind of gets a kick out of this, though.
I'm still
Everyone else's
excited, yeah.
feathers are ruffled.
Yeah, it feels like I'm the only one having fun right now, but like I keep saying, judge us at the end of the year. It's been good so far, I mean, we just keep, if you think about this, right, so we did the White House fight, which is, one of the most insane things to ever pull off. Since then, we did a fight night in the United States, we did a fight night in Baku, we did a boxing match, we did a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu show, and we just launched a new season of The Ultimate Fighter. I mean, we just keep rolling, that's what we do. I don't worry about what anybody else is doing. I'm not concerned with any of this stuff, and if we got a cease and desist, we're not trying to mess with other people's contracts. We had a situation that did happen a little while ago where a kid was talking to us, and some guy said, "Oh, we'll have a contract with them, then we're out. If you have a contract, then we're out. We only want to talk to people that are available and can legally talk to us." So I'm not trying to steal anybody's fighters or, while they're under contract or any of that stuff. So, and then when you ask me, what do you think about getting Shakur Stevenson? What do you think about getting it? I want them all.
Devin Haney, that's another name that comes up.
I want them all. When their contracts are up and they're legal to talk to us, we want to talk to them all.
So if you can't get the Conor Benn, Ryan Garcia fight over the line, who are you looking at for Conor at this point? Because obviously the goal wouldn't be to shelve him, you don't
Well,
want
I don't know if there's been a scenario so far. I mean, we've only been in this business for a few months where we haven't been able to get a deal done.
Okay.
And all these other guys are talking and cease and desist and all this other stuff. And all I can really say, because I don't want to get into this whole back and forth with all these guys, because it's just, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I just keep saying, and I know you guys are sick of hearing it, but Jan 1, 2027, let's talk. And you guys can assess and evaluate what you think we did in our first year of being in the boxing business.
And last one for me, just curious what your thoughts are on the unfortunate news that we're seeing so many headlines with Floyd Mayweather Jr. losing like $170 million. Just your opinion on that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a tough one. And I've talked to him about it, but I don't know enough about it. You hear all these different stories. I think you have to wait to see how this thing's going to play out in court for him. But when somebody works as hard as he did and, you know, amasses the type of wealth that he had, and then, you know, they lose it or it gets stolen or whatever the deal is, it's horrible. And it happens a lot in professional sports. Who knows? Anything is possible. Maybe we could do something and figure it out for him. But one of the things I wanted to, when you were just saying about, like tonight's fight, we have 24 broadcast deals in 93 countries that this went out to tonight, you know. So, you know, for these guys to come over here and have the opportunity to not only get paid, but showcase their skills in front of, I always tell fighters, listen, making money is really important, but as many people as possible on earth seeing the things that you did and accomplished is equally as important.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Thanks.
What'd you make of the atmosphere tonight at the Cosmopolitan?
Awesome. Yeah, it was awesome. This is a great venue. It's a great venue for fights. I did slap here too, and it was great. Yeah, I like it here. And the fans were awesome tonight. But there was a lot to get excited about tonight. It was a great card.
Just to follow up, when you mentioned that only NHL and NBA and such are rivals, once the NFL kicks off and you guys are going head to head with them on Sundays, will that change the time of Zuffa events, or business will continue as usual?
Yeah, I mean, when you're heading in against the NFL, you know, you want to be very smart in where you place your events. But like I was saying, more important, but we've always done that. I mean, we were doing that when we had a $25 million deal with Spike TV, you know what I mean? But what I'm talking about is, and the NFL, they're animals, man. These guys are, you know, as an organization, what they've done and what they've built. And I don't know this to be true, but I absolutely positively know this to be true. When we announced our Paramount deal, the NFL must have got together the next day and said, there was $8 billion sitting over at Paramount. We didn't get it. We'll put games on fucking Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, you know what I mean? So all of those guys are going to be gunning for our deal. So like I said, the day we signed the Paramount deal is when the work really begins. It's not the time you kick back and put your feet on the desk. You got to get to work and you got to deliver. We've been delivering in the short amount of time, and so have they. They've been great partners so far, and it's exciting to be in business with, you know, a company like that that's just as excited to be in business with us. So it's been fun, and they picked up the boxing too, and we're looking to get more dates from them and do more boxing business with them too.
That's good to hear. And last for me, because, you know, they're one apiece, is there any interest in doing a trilogy now that Edwin has one and Jose?
I don't know. Like the UFC, it's not like tonight we don't talk about it, but you always have that trilogy fight. You have it. Let's see how this thing plays out.
Awesome. Thanks for another great night.
Thank you. Thanks for coming. We good? Yes, sir.
So it looks like the boxing organizations are starting to work together more. Everybody's signing with the Zone, and they signed like a TNT thing going on. Do you contribute that to the success of Zuffa? Like the enemy is my friend. Now they're all working together, and it seems like that's what they're doing.
How would you consider it? All these guys that hated each other 6 months ago are all buddies and on the same network and, you know, trying to work together. I love it. I love it. Good? Have a happy 4th, everybody. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.